Hello and welcome to your daily mobile game sizzle with me, Jon Jordan. So today we're talking about Glu Mobile. So we've just got the financial figures in for the whole of 2016 and they make for stark reading. Okay, so in this graph you can see Glu's profit and loss and sales over the last 4 years. So the top graph shows the sales, so the yellow bars, and this is what we call trailing 12 months. So this is basically if it had its financial year every quarter, so the last 4 quarters brought together. And what we can see there is positive up to 2015, so an increasing sales, and then after 2015 we start to see a decline. And for 2016, Glu's gap revenue for the year of 2016 was $201 million. So that's down quite considerably from the $250 million it was booking in 2015. So the reason for this turn of events is mainly down to the success and now the decline of the Kim Kardashian Hollywood game. So the Kim Kardashian Hollywood game was a massive surprise success, I think a surprise for everyone. It's done getting on for $200 million of revenue, launched mid-2014. And for the last 2 years was Glu's biggest game. For 2014-15 was Glu's biggest game, doing about over $70 million of revenue. 2016, it's down to about $33 million. So still doing business, but in what we might call now a terminal decline. So this kind of rise and then slow decline is what we expect from free-to-play mobile games. So this performance from the Kim Kardashian game isn't a surprise and doesn't say anything about Glu as a company. The problem for Glu is its follow-up celebrity games. So it's done ones with Katy Perry and Britney Spears and so forth. They've been flops. They've not really generated any revenue at all. In fact, they've cost the company money because they had to pay out guaranteed royalties for licenses and such like. So we can see that in a sense from the bottom scale, the red scale, which shows Glu's profit and loss again over a trailing 12-month period. So going back to 2013, we see Glu was making losses. In 2015, because of a big rise in sales from Kim Kardashian Hollywood, we see small profits. Don't really see big profits, even though the company was growing, the revenue was going up a lot. We don't really see the big profits being generated at that stage, partly because of these royalties. And then now we see in 2016 the losses growing quite considerably. So for the financial year 2016, which also the calendar year 2016, Glu made a loss of over $87 million. So obviously making a loss of $87 million on revenue of $201 million is not a good state of affairs. It looks bad. Partly that was there was a $30 million impairment because of these royalty payments to celebrities, so that makes the figure even worse. But even without that, Glu's still making a loss of getting on for $60 million in 2016. So let's look at another graph. This is a graph looking mainly at Glu's cash in the bank. So we can see that's the blue columns. We can see it got a big investment in 2015 from Tencent, the big Chinese company. So it had lots of cash in the bank. Since that investment, it's been spending it. It's done some acquisitions, and its cash level is now down to $102 million, which seems okay. But when you're making big losses, that can be a problem. There's also a problem that Glu has, again, another about $25 million to pay out quite early in 2017, again for these payments associated with celebrity licenses. So that will take its cash down to about $75 million. And it expects to lose money again in 2017. So the interesting thing for me will be to keep an eye on Glu's cash balance. Obviously, if you're making a loss and you don't have much cash, in the end you go bankrupt. I'm not suggesting that's going to happen for Glu in 2016, but it's something that we do need to keep an eye on, particularly as Glu has changed its strategy now. It's moving to what it calls a kind of creativity first platform. So it's looking to hire in new creative leaders. It's putting together a new what they call mega studio. So it's moving offices in San Francisco and going to come up with this new mega studio that it thinks will allow its staff to become more productive and more creative. And then that will come up with the hit games for 2018. Of course, 2018 is rather a long way away, and lots of things can happen in 2017. The one interesting thing that could happen for Glu that it is assuming will not happen is it has its last celebrity game coming out. So that is the Taylor Swift game. It's saying that game's going to be radically different to the other celebrity games it's done. So we'll wait and see on that one. If that was even a minor hit, Glu might have a very good 2017. But the assumption is, and this is Glu's own predictions, is its sales will pretty much be the same, maybe a bit up on 2016, but its losses will also increase. So that's something to keep an eye on. Cash flow, that's the other line as well. You can see at the bottom, the yellow line, that shows the cash flow that Glu is either generating from its operations or taking from its reserves. So again, that is going in the wrong direction for Glu, so that's why we're keeping an eye on how much cash it has left in the bank.